Well, at the time, I was married to the wonderful Martha Rollison. We were happy. I really couldn't stand slavery, and I was very against it. But however, I did enjoy to preach, which later on, it became my job. Well, at one point it was. Before I knew it, I was leader of the Colorado military. It just so happened that I was the leader or commander during the Sand Creek Massacre, and yet to believe I was only 43 when it happened. It all started back in 1846. I, the Union, and the Alfaro and Cheyenne Indians had all sat down together to make a treaty. The treaty was basically what kept us apart, saying that we would leave them alone if they left us alone. But when it actually came time for us to obey the treaty, that's not at all what I wanted to do. Everyone else had really agreed to leave the Cheyenne Indians alone and the few Alfaro Indians that were there. I had wanted the Indians completely wiped out, and that's exactly what I was going to do. I had always been told that I had an enormous ego and a really big ambition, and with that, I thought that I was going to go on and take the Cheyenne Indians on my own. No matter what, I wanted the Indians wiped out, so I was the one who went over and broke the treaty, or the territorial agreement between us and the Indians. But because I wanted to go and fight the Indians, I did face a lot of problems. I faced retaliation from both of the Indians and the Union on my side, but it didn't take long for me to get them to go on my side and help me wipe out the Indians. No one else would actually let me go and take the Indians on my own. It was definitely not a one-man battle. Once the Indians had seen us starting to come over, I knew that it was going to be a battle. And it was a battle that I knew I was going to win. We headed along the Sand Creek Trail while we got ready to go and invade their tents. Sand Creek is located in Colorado, right around Colorado Springs and Pikes Peak area. When we had gone to start fighting, the Indians may have thought they were ready for war, but once they found out that we united in victory, they knew that it was going to be over. These are the only two survivors that had actually made it through the Sand Creek Massacre that are still alive. And once the Indian had won the war, I was completely happy. I may have been considered a hero to some, but I was also considered a villain to many. I did take the lives of many, many Indians, but this is the marker of the Sand Creek Massacre, also known as the Chivington Massacre.